Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. Happy to see you. Today, we will draw one more pattern, and actually this one will be more experimental, and it's inspired by our workshop in Pattern Camp. You might remember when Nika was sharing with us, this fashion stylist, about the very trendy print, the leopard print. And for many of you, and for me too, it was like, it's out of my comfort zone. I'm not sure. I don't wear leopard and so on. But I think that it might be very interesting to experiment with, even with this type of pattern, which we feel not so connected. But anyway, it's always interesting to experiment with something new and to think how we can adjust this kind of pattern to our aesthetic, to our styles. So today we will have a lot of hands-on activities with some sketches on experimenting, and I will show you some approaches how we can work with any type of pattern like that, which we usually don't use. And also I will announce the winner on the 5-day challenge who will get the access to Pattern Camp. I see that many of you are already in the Pattern Camp, but anyway, today we will have another more participants. Okay, and also thank you so much for participating in the 5-day challenge. I saw your artworks on Instagram and it's really amazing. Very curious about your feedback, because this time all these patterns, all these 5 prompts were a little bit different from, so it was a connection of animalistic pattern or insect pattern with some floral motifs. And the results, the patterns, they are so gorgeous and so unexpected. These combinations of flowers and stripes, animalistic zebras and giraffes, spots. So it's really interesting to look through the feed on the Osho Challenge tag on Instagram. If you haven't surfed there, definitely look through it after this webinar, this workshop. So if you're ready to start, and feel free to type anything in the chat if you have any questions or want to share with me. I will be checking it. So we can start. Okay, I will share my screen with the sketchbook. Here I prepared some pencils. I hope you have some colorful materials, because what I want to do with you today is to experiment with that leopard pattern. And maybe first, to make it a little bit easier, I will share the screen with some references. Okay. And then we will go to this remove, and here, yes, share. Not this one. Sorry, not this screen. Share the screen. Yeah, this one. I think I suppose now you can see it, right? It's just Google with leopard, just to remind you how this pattern look like. We will not draw the same classical leopard pattern. I think it's just a little bit boring for us because I want to experiment with you, to make different experiments. But first of all, let's see. So it consists of some loose spots and these more contrasted, also loose, a little bit abstract shapes, which with some ovals and how to name this kind of shapes, but which align to their contour of their oval, right? And I also found some examples on Pinterest, which are more simplified, when we can draw an oval and a few shapes here. So it's super simple, but it reminds on leopard. here too, you see that we can draw more sketchy shapes, or sometimes they're more precise. It depends on your style, how do you prefer to use it. It can be also in one color done also, but this very specific shape always remind us on that print, right? And I would love to experiment with you today. How we will do it? For this, I need to share my screen, another screen. I would love to show you a few approaches. So first of all, I think now you can see it, right? Here are some very quick sketches. So first of all, we can use 2, 3, no matter how much vibrant colors. It can be complementary colors or maybe colors that are more similar. It can be black and white, but I think it would be really interesting to experiment with some weird combinations when we pick 2 colors and make the big spots in one color and these smaller ones in another. And it would be the simplest version of the leopard pattern in vivid patterns or in vivid colors. Or you can do this in more pastel colors, more unsaturated, more muted ones. It will also give us some more pastel vibe. Or so here, another example, right? Or we can go further and experiment with these spots, adding some abstract lines or more abstract shapes. It can be even geometric shapes if you like geometric patterns. I think it could be a very interesting combination of these very loose abstract leopard shapes with more precise geometric ones. Or it can be some scribbles or straight lines. Depends on you. It's really there's a plenty space to experiment. And maybe another one option would be more complicated, but anyway, still very interesting, to combine leopard spots with some floral motifs. The same as we do on the 5-day sketch challenge on Instagram, when we took some zebras, animalistic patterns, or giraffes, or tiger, and add some floral motifs like tropical flowers or plants, maybe some fern or any other plant or flower you think could be a nice combination. So I think it would be nice to decide what is your mood today, and maybe even reflect a bit of your emotional state. Maybe you want to create something very neat and precise, or maybe something more expressive and more emotional pattern. Also with deciding on the color palette, it can be very vibrant, very loud color palette, or more muted or quiet or calm. Please let me know in the chat what you're thinking about today. Maybe you will experiment with some simple, vibrant combination of spots, or you will go with something more complicated and combine this pattern with floral motifs or plants or some abstract lines and shapes. And what color palette would you like to use today? Also, before going with the final piece, I highly recommend you to take a piece of paper and just to make a little research on how these spots they look like. So we have some spots with a random shape, some smaller and bigger, a little bit loose, and then we add over it a bit on the contour, another shape, which is more narrow, but it kind of hugging a little bit this main shape. So it's like a outlined shape, I could say so, I think. So just to be sure that you feel how this pattern works. Pink, purple, and black. Wow, very vibrant and strong combination of color. I think simple and vibrant, but maybe with some leaves or flowers sound nice. Also think about if you have some colored paper, you can also use it at the background. It will give you an extra color without any effort. So if you have some maybe origami paper or a sketchbook with colored paper, feel free to use it. And I want to combine this vibrant turquoise green color with more soft yellow, pretty vibrant orange color. It's somewhere here. I really like these pencils, by the way. It's Derwent, British brand. Derwent, this one is light fast. They are so saturated and the colors are just amazing. To see this turquoise green, you can draw even on some colorful paper and will give you the very good pigment of the pencil, which is not so often you can meet. You see this orange and turquoise color, both are so vibrant. I'm not sure if camera, yeah, on camera it's not so vibrant in its real life, but trust me, it's super vibrant. Okay, maybe these two colors, maybe one more, not sure. Let's see. Also these polychromos Faber-Castell color pencils are also very nice. I always use colored paper. Yeah, that's wonderful. What kind of paper do you use? Is it origami paper or a paper set for just maybe kids set? Just curious. Because colored paper has very different quality depending on the brand. I think it's 200. Yeah, 200 is pretty thick paper. Yeah, and I love this sketchbook with colored paper, but it's not easy to find one. This one was a gift by a friend. It's Fabriano brand. You see that it has different parts of colors, and it's really thin actually, but it's good for pencils. Not so good for markers, but good for pencils. Okay, I will start too. So we can start with the drawing outline, or maybe if you want to have more rough outline of the shape, then start color it. Just write like this without even drawing, and be marking the shape. I just found this. Okay, let's see what is there in the chat. The paper ugly books. Yeah, ugly books looks lovely. I want to try them, but I haven't had a chance. But I really would love to try them because the brand looks really great, these ugly books. And someone recommended me them on Instagram, but still I haven't tried them. When I try them, I definitely will share on Instagram and everywhere. How is it? Yeah, I also have a bunch of new art materials that I want to test and share. Some new brands that I haven't ever tried. They are in the box under my desk, but I have to find maybe time to make it online, or because it really needs I really need time to show it. When you're drawing for self, it's one thing, but when you want to share your experience with art materials, then you have to film it and to show it. And for that, maybe I will make a live. I'm not sure, because live on Instagram doesn't have very good quality and it will be hard to look through it, the art materials. But I think it would be really interesting to make kind of live on YouTube, for example, where I can share a big screen with unpacking and showing and testing new art materials with you online. And I think it can be a fun a fun hour of testing and experimenting with materials. If you're interested in something like that, let me know. Maybe then I will organize it sooner because by now it's only an idea and I have so many ideas and not so much time. But if I see that people would like to participate in that kind of life, I will definitely prioritize it. What I like about this leopard patterns is that it has this abstract shape. So I mean, I never thought about them in this way, because for me, I had a strong association with leopard that it's specific. It has a specific vibe with specific fashion and style, which is not mine. But when I started to sketch, preparing to this workshop, I found that actually these pots, they are so beautiful. If I'm not thinking about all these women's clothes with leopard old-fashioned style, actually they are really very beautiful as abstract shapes. And it can be very relaxing to draw them, and just because they definitely have their own appearance, but they also so free in how you can draw them. I'm also curious, how do you usually draw? Do you usually listen to some podcast or music, or maybe chatting with a friend on phone? I don't know, maybe watching their movie simultaneously in the same time? I listen to jazz. Wow, so that sounds very inspiring. I often listen to some music, sometimes to a podcast, but mostly I think I prefer music because it also gives me extra inspiration, extra energy. I listen to music or audiobooks. Oh, that's also lovely, the audiobooks. I also like these colored pencils. When I overlay one color with another, I had this part which gives me extra color. Again, on the camera, it looks not a bit dirty, but here on the sketchbooks, it looks pretty nice. Let me turn on the conditioning system for a second. It's still really very hot in Valencia. It's the south of Spain and the weather is really very hot. If you don't mind, can you let me know if all of you are already in the pattern camp or not? Because in the plan of the webinar, I wanted to share with you. Yeah, of course, I remember that some of you are on the pattern camp, but I'm not sure about everyone. Sabrina, not me. Okay, yeah. Then while you're drawing the leopard pattern, I will share with you the screen, introducing you to pattern camp. Also, I wanted to announce the winner of the 5-day challenge. Let me pin the right screen. I'm always a bit confused with this screen pinning. Pin the screen, add pin, remove pin. Yeah, this one, I think this one is right. No, again, it's my sketchbook. Not this one. Okay. No, it's right. The winner of our 5-day challenge is, sorry if I pronounced the name not correctly. I would read it like Yadira Serrano. And congratulations if you're watching this recording. Contact me, please, via direct message on Instagram and send me your full name and email, and I will send you the details on how to get the free access to Pattern Camp. And next Wednesday, we have the workshop on seamless pattern repeat in Adobe Illustrator. Here are some artworks, by the way, that Sabrina shared. Oh, not Sabrina, sorry. Yadira shared with us on Instagram. This one, I think, is one of my favorites of hers, because I think it's very nice and gentle combination of this very contrasted black and white pattern of zebra and very gentle flowers with these transparent outlines, very beautiful ones. And of course, there's more patterns. Okay, and let's go to pattern camp. What is here? Yeah, here are some of my artworks. And actually on Wednesday, I will share with you how I create from the sketchbook these seamless digital patterns like these ones. Here are some collaborations with brands, the cover of the book, the women apparel, some gift wrapping paper, some packaging, and digital collaboration with Lush, and so on. Yeah, here's information about me, but I think most of you already know that I'm a pattern designer. It would be smarter to introduce myself in the beginning of the workshop, because it will be on internet. So maybe some people who don't know me will watch it, but for some reason, I decided to start with hands-on activities right away. So I'm a pattern designer. I live in Spain currently, based here, and I work with such brands as Mark & Spencer, Penguin Random House, Lush, Old Navy, Flow Magazine, many others, wonderful brands. And in Pattern Camp, I share my experience and as a pattern designer, how I create patterns, seamless patterns specifically. And here, why I created Pattern Camp actually, because I saw so many talented people on Instagram who following me and constantly ask me about how to create patterns, and they see that I make this seamless pattern based on my sketchbook. So I draw first the sketch and then somehow create this seamless digital repeat. And I just decided that it's right time, good place and time to share the whole process from the very beginning, from the inspiration to the sketches on drawing repeat on paper, and then to transfer it in Adobe Illustrator and digitally. And in Pattern Camp, I think the most important thing, the most valuable thing is not only this knowledge on how to create pattern, this method, but also the community. And what I see that there is such great inspiration and support from community, because it's not only me, I'm only the tiny part of this Pattern Camp. There are so many talented creatives and pattern designers and artists who share how they create, how they draw, what new resources they found, what are they process. And it is really very supportive and inspiring to see when all of you are sharing your works. It's here's Eliana's work when she drew a pattern on paper, then transferred to a digital program, and then even made this wonderful knitted fabric and cardigan. And on the chat, you see that if you're in the chat, you really know that there is a lot of messages. People share their art, their patterns. After every workshop, we have a new bunch of patterns and a new bunch of inspiration. Also, it's really helpful to see what platforms you use, where have you printed this or that. And even for me, it's also very inspiring. And I see that the community can make so much more. It can add so much more value to any educational program, because when we study, we can find everything online. I really believe that if you want to learn something, if you want to study something, you can easily find information on internet. It's not a problem nowadays, but it's so much harder to study something alone. You can, at the beginning, you're really motivated to start to study, but when you meet these some complicated moments, when you feel lack of motivation, what can help you is community. For me, this method works in any field, even in sport. When now I finally started to make some exercises, because I really needed that for my health and for my back. And what motivates me, of course, my desire, but the community, the supportive. I also in a chat, and we share there all our daily trainings and all this stuff. And when I see that other people, what they are doing, it motivates me to continue, to stay on track, to try. And maybe sometimes I see, oh, how did she do this? I also want to try it. Or maybe when I feel sad, I just share, okay, today was my best day. I did this, only this, but then I receive a feedback. That's great, Polina, you are doing great. The next day it will be even better. And this kindness of the community of people, of other like-minded people who I feel connected, can give so much strength and motivation. So the same in the Pattern Camp, I'm sure I see this community support is great. So besides the chat, we have meetings. It's not only the workshop, it's meetups where we gather together and show the patterns that we have created during the last weeks, the last days, and share with each other. And I give my feedback as an expert in pattern, and also everyone else are also welcome to share what they see and how they think it can be, you can improve, or maybe give some suggestions. So in Pattern Camp, we have workshops and meetups, 3 main workshops that are hosted by me. They are on how to repeat patterns. It's from the very beginning, from the fundamental pattern on paper, how to work with composition and colors and shapes. Next one is more advanced, how to work with layers, symmetry, and some more complicated interweavings. And the third one, which will be next Wednesday, is how to then make everything digitally in Adobe Illustrator. Also, we have meetups, as I already said, and we have extra workshops, which I think are truly amazing, because here we have only a few. I will show on the chat next. Okay, not in the chat, on the website, because at the beginning I was thinking about inviting Mario and Marina, but then I invited more people here, more experts. And on our Pattern Camp, we already have the amazing workshop with Mario, where he shared his experience. He is a pattern designer and shared how he created geometric patterns, and especially the Zentangle approach to pattern making, how it helps not only to draw patterns, but also to mental health. Mario shared his experience as an architect, and there's a very helpful workshop already there on Pattern Camp. And if you join it, you can watch their play and ask the questions and try that practical approaches that he showed us. Also, we had a workshop with Nika Belaeva. She's a fashion stylist, and today's workshop is inspired by her with this leopard pattern, where she shared with us some types of patterns, the historical side of patterns, their trends in fashion. It was super interesting to listen to her, to show all her beautiful slides, photos that she prepared from different fashion industries and brands. And it made my world wider. I mean, that she showed something that I didn't think a lot about, and it was very interesting. And yes, yesterday or a day ago, 2 days ago, we had a workshop with Tatiana Bejanari. She's a mentor, and yeah, here's a message in the chat. Tatiana was amazing. Thank you, Francis, so much. Yes, it was amazing workshop. It was super relaxing, super calming and inspiring. When Tatiana, she showed us how to go through, how to connect yourself, how to, with this simple coaching approaches, some coaching practices, how to find this creative state, how to connect with yourself, and from this state, how to solve kind of problems. If you have to find a decision, how you can choose, use creativity to work from different perspective. So this workshop is also available in the recording, and if you're joining the Pattern Camp, you will have access to it. And I think I will even rewatch it when I have some doubts, because I love these practices, and some of them I already used. And this new practice with thinking, seeing this situation from this different angle, this creative approach, I definitely recommend. So if you missed this workshop with Tatiana, please watch the recording. And also we will have, it will be announced day by day, if I'm not wrong, on the 28th of August, I think, we will have a workshop with Marina. I think it's 28th. Yeah, right, 28th of August. Marina is a super qualified coach. She had so much experience. She was working in California, also in London and other countries. And she has her own creative subconscious method. Maybe some of you already were on her workshops, as I invited her before on the creative voice course. And Marina is also, she's fantastic. She can guide you through, I don't know, through anything and help you to connect with your inner artist, to see your true wishes, to see your shadow side, and to take energy from there, to unblock it. So I'm can't wait to attend to her workshop, which will be on 28th of August. So joining the Pattern Camp community, you will get access to all these workshops in replace and online, and also to the Pattern Camp community. And if you were thinking about joining it, it's really good time to join, because the sale is open only until August 22nd. So it's next Thursday. And the workshop which I host is on August 21st. So it's next Wednesday. And I highly recommend to choose this format with because this one is only for one workshop. And this one is for all 7 workshop bundle, plus all the materials, because I prepared guides on how to find inspiration, how to work with patterns, all the questions that I received during the pattern camp. I studied and made some extra materials. Also, recently I shared the list of tutorials on how to work on Adobe Illustrator on the stuff, because participants asked me for these basic video tutorials, how to work there. So all the extra materials with all the guides and all this stuff. Also some extra video assignments from my drawing club on the pattern, on creating pattern, also there. So there are so many things. I will also, at the end of the pattern camp, I will make an email with putting all together. I already sent you email by week by week, in 2 weeks, sometimes with extra materials, and I posted it on Instagram for pattern camp. But I will definitely make one final email with all the links, so you will have access to everything. So please, if you're considering joining the pattern camp, don't miss the date and join it. Join it today, because you already can start to study all these wonderful workshops and to participate and to communicate with community on the Instagram chat. So I think this was all that I wanted to share, because I shared the winner, I shared their pattern camp, what's inside. Yeah, right. So that's the right time. I hope you already finished your patterns and ready to show it and to share with me. Let me know if you need more time to finish or are ready. I finished, Francis. Francis, could you please share with us, if you don't mind, to show?
Sure.
Okay. Wow.
Just a minute, let me just close the window here, because will look better. Just turn on the light.
I already saw a second of it, and it's amazing. I saw it for a second, but it was super vibrant.
Yeah, here.
Wow, I love it. So beautiful color combination, this pink and violet and black and the leaves. Wow, really love it. And you made them so
Thanks.
realistic, these spots. Have you?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be difficult, but actually it's very easy. Yeah, it was very easy, and the markers help a lot, you know, you can make them very fast.
Oh, wow. It's great. You have a good eye on repeating the shapes because it
Oh
looks
yeah,
amazing.
thanks.
Was it hard for you? As I can remember, you're also not a fan of leopards, right? Pattern.
And not afraid of animal print in general.
Yeah. But
But
you,
I found it, yeah, like I went out of my comfort zone too, like you said at the beginning, because I always see that in accessories and clothing and these kind of things, and I don't like them at all, not at all. But drawing that was different. I think it was pretty cute. Yeah, but I never imagined myself before, like, yeah, I'm going to draw animal print, like never. So it was nice. It was pretty cool.
I'm so happy you tried it. And you also participated in the 5-day challenge, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there was a lot of animalistic prints too. How was that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, I'm talking about that. Yeah, I'm talking about the challenge. That's why I did it. Like, okay, this is a challenge for me. I'm going to do it to see how it goes, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was surprising to me. Yeah, it was nice.
How do you think? Can you use maybe something from the challenge,
Oh yeah, sure, I have them here.
something that you thought, okay, this I can put in my style. Maybe this I will try.
Yeah, this was the giraffe
Yeah,
print
yeah, I love it also.
from yesterday. Um, yeah, the other ones are here as well. Well, this one was with, yeah, toucans.
So lovely. Cute,
That was pretty cute.
cute.
Tiger one.
Yeah,
I really liked this one. What was the other one? Oh, was the zebra, right?
yeah, the first
What's
one.
the zebra one? But I don't know what it is. It's not here. Anyway, I'll find it and I'll show it to you later. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw it on Instagram, I think. Yeah. And
Mhm.
I remember your tiger pattern. It's interesting how you incorporate this your geometric style into this because we see that they are more
Yeah.
structured, right?
Yes. I have I don't know, a connection with patterns because of that, but like very structured. I
Mhm.
don't know. I guess my mind works like that. For me, it's very difficult to make something like, I don't know, like this one, like the last session. Remember? This is a little harder for me, but when patterns like that, like very structured one, like there is a sequence and something like that, it's very easy.
Mhm.
I prefer that.
By the way, from Mario's workshop, which was about geometric patterns, what was the most interesting insight for you? Maybe you learned something for yourself from that workshop. Do you remember?
Yeah, the way to combine very different shapes, like you don't imagine, you always think, okay, just triangles or just circles. No, you can combine 3, 4 shapes, and he showed us like these different shapes, and I have it here. And I went on like I'm going to create one pattern with as many shapes as I can. So I got this one, like circles, triangles, and this
Mhm.
one is an hexagon, I think, pentagon, I don't know. And then all of that is a lines, and I put everything together, and I say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna try that. And I love it. I love that one. As I said, like my mind works like very well with repetition, like very calming to me, and when I have to think too much, I don't like it.
Mhm. Yeah, I have
When
it.
I have to repeat stuff, it's very relaxing.
It's very simple, but it has a little bit of this 3D effect, this one that you
Oh
showed.
yeah. Yeah, because of the lines here.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't have the intention to do that. And when I did, I said, oh, okay, yeah, it looks like 3D. Fine.
wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, for showing.
Thank you.
If anyone else wants, oh, okay. I will pin here, pin the screen. Yeah. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi. I've really enjoyed the challenges. I mean, I don't like animal prints at all.
What?
But I've enjoyed the challenges, and I'm a complete beginner at doing any sort of art. I just have a phobia about putting pen to paper, and this has actually just given me that confidence to just go for it.
Why you said that you don't love it?
I don't draw, but this one that I thought of Monet
Mhm.
as with the colours and things, as like the lily pads and then the lily in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's very gentle, and the color palette, it's so gentle, so lovely, you know, it's such a very quiet and kind, and I think you made a beautiful combination. And yeah, maybe it's not the first idea when you think of the leopard, but it doesn't matter. It gave you the first step where to start. And the pattern looks really, really lovely. It's more abstract with this lily in the center. And it's the composition of the pattern is well composed, and I think that you did a great job, and I'm very curious about your other patterns. You said that you participated in their challenge, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Some I'm happy with, some I'm not. That was
Oh, wow.
everyone.
That's amazing work. It's very vivid and very strong. And you create exactly this giraffe, animalistic giraffe pattern on the back. Yeah, Francis also writing beautiful one. And you also, again, with the color palette, very smart and beautiful combination of these earthy yellow, brown colors and violet and pink touch on the top. They make this contrasted composition, but in vibrant but still pastel combination. I like it very much.
Yeah,
You,
that
said,
one was the tiger one.
look at you on this one. This super eye-catching. You said that you're a beginner, right?
Very, very, very much a beginner. Yeah.
You're doing wonderful.
And then that was the zebra one
So beautiful again.
with blossoms that I did.
You should be more kind to yourself. Look at you. You
I
did
don't know.
so many patterns, and with so different vibes. The mood of the pattern differs from one to one. One of them is more loud and more eye-catching, more gentle.
And then that was the other one.
That's amazing.
But that is just a bit too detailed. I was a bit engrossed.
I love it. I love how you drew all these flowers and the details, and the color palette is just amazing. I love the gradients and their combination of these yellow, green, blue with violet. It's very beautiful.
Thank you. I think that's all of them that I did, but yeah, I have enjoyed it very much. It's I've just got to keep on with it now.
Thank you so much for sharing.
I think I'm last. I'll share.
Okay. Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
You combine it with the geometric shapes, right? It looks like a collage.
Yeah.
At the first second, I thought that you used the colored paper because it pops up. So, yeah, so cool. And I love this green and blue violet with orange and yellow, and I think it would be a wonderful and very fashionable content. I mean that nowadays, it looks like nowadays textiles that, you know, it could be a crop top or something like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I like it. It turned out really cool. I'm just like Francis said, I found it much easier to make the shapes than I thought I would.
Mhm.
That was a cool, I probably wouldn't have tried it otherwise. So
Yeah,
thanks
that's
for taking me out of my comfort zone.
Thank you for joining me and that you tried it and you did a wonderful, amazing result with it. I think
Thank you.
you can, if you work on digitally, you should definitely make a digital pattern out of that. I think it could look very beautiful and many goodies if you decide to present on something.
Thanks. Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you, Shrek. Okay, I think for today I'm ready to finish. Okay, and so thank you everyone for coming. It was a big pleasure for me to draw with you, and thank you for sharing your process and all the patterns. If someone who is watching still want to finish some patterns on the 5-day challenge, feel free. It doesn't matter that it's last day, because if you tag me, I will see it. I will find it on Instagram if you tag me there, and we'll be very happy to see what you have created. Yes, thank you. This was fun. Great way to start my day. Oh, but have a great day. If it's just the beginning of your day, I think it's really great way to start it with some creative process, because usually it's just energize. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Bye and feel free to contact me on Instagram and use as usual. See you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Bye.